West London VR equalised e-racing on Cade Sport. Now, how to get your steering working. First of all, when you get into Cade, look at the QR code, scan that with your phone, and a web link will come up, and you tap that, and it will take you to the next stage. And this is all about race VEER2, a little bit of a preview, and we'll show you how the steering works on your phone so that you're all set up for the ride. Now, having got the phone app up, you will need to go into the game because the steering does relate to the game. So to find the course, you go into the activities section in Cade Sport, choose search, type in West London VR, and the options will come up. You choose VEER2 for this particular race that we're going to demo today, and then you will go to the lobby. So once you're into the lobby, pick Pro Power, that's in the top left hand corner. That's where everybody's power gets equalised, and that's the secret to having an equalised race. Next to that, I've got schedule up there because I scheduled it earlier. You will have join if you're doing this live. So up in the top left again, click join, and that will take you to the race. So now you're in the race and you've got the phone app. In the phone app now, look at that, and you'll see on the left hand side, connect to the game. You'll connect to the game, and because you're in the game now, you'll get these options. On the left is the steer control for the left, and on the right for the right. The brake slider is underneath. It goes from left to right. Put your finger on the circle, and how hard you brake is according to how long you stretch it across the screen. But before you do that, calibrate your steering to suit your setup. If you have got a big turning circle, you can have a wider one, but as I say, if you can't turn your wheels much because of the setup you've got, don't worry, because you just calibrate it so a slight turn will take you across the road. Then you're all set up to race. So now let's have a look at the race we're about to embark upon. The real race is going to be 4 laps long. We're just going to do 1 lap today. It is an equalised race, so the Pro Power will make sure everybody's equalised. I have switched off the cornering crashing. We are going to demonstrate in this demo corner crashing, but I've left on the obstacle crashing, so you will need to steer a little bit. And you easily use the phone app, either by turning your handlebars if you've got the phone attached to your handlebars, or you can use the controls on your phone if you've got the phone just in front of you, or if you can reach your keyboard, the space bar will brake you, and the 2 right and left arrow keys will take you right and left for the steering. So no crashing on corners, crashing on the obstacles. We've got a very, very slight wind just to make it more interesting, and we're about to have a look at 1 lap of the 4 you'll do in the real race. So here we are on the start line. You'll notice the avatars a little bit transparent. When they're transparent, you can ride through them, and this is how it's set up on the start line. So if there's a mass start, people can ride through each other, and riders on a different lap will be transparent too. So just look out for that. Now the rider's gone solid now, so to get around another rider you have to go round, and we're catching up with one in front, so hopefully we'll go round. Now I'm using the steering here, which takes me across to the inside curve there. Now look at the bottom of the screen. You'll see the speedometer there, and it's red, white and green. Now as long as I'm not in the red, I won't crash on a corner. Now I'll switch this off for the actual race that we're going to do, but in this demo, cornering is on. Now you can see as I catch up with the other rider, it will automatically take me round that rider if I'm pedalling hard enough and putting enough speed in. If I'm not, it will tuck me behind, and I will need to use the steering to drag me across the road to get round that rider if I'm only going fractionally faster than. Now this is a tight bend. We'll look at the speedometer at the bottom, and it goes into the red there momentarily, but I slow down and it nearly crashes, but I just avoided it. So I was right on the margins on that corner with the speedometer momentarily going in the red and swerving but not crashing fully, because I just rescued it in time with a bit of braking and not pedalling. Now these sweeping bends, you can see I can get around quite easily. The speedometer, I'm my green section, there's a little bit of white there that I could use, but here we go, it gets a bit tighter, and the arrow is going to get nearer to that red zone, and look, I'm in the red again coming up to this bend. I go out to the outside to make it easier, slow down a bit, and just manage to stay on the bike. So that's cornering, and as I say, this will be switched off during race VEER2, which is the one we're previewing. This is just 1 lap. You'll see in the centre left of the screen It says I'm on lap 1, and I've done 1.2 kilometres with 1.6 still to go. No difficult bends here. Now you can see also just above where it says lap 1, you get the profile. You can see where I am in relation to other riders. I come around this tight bend again, and it's just avoiding the red there. Another tight bend coming up. This could be tricky, but just staying under the red there. Using the braking and stopping pedalling. Again, I'm getting close to the red there. Just staying on in these twisty bends. Now you see the first obstacle on the left there with the bollards. Now I'm having to use the steering to get around these, and you will have to do this in the race. You might be lucky and your avatar takes a natural line through them anyway, but you want to be aware that that's where you may need to do some steering. Now I'm going to deliberately crash into some of those in a little while, and you can see that my avatar is just getting to the top of the hill, and this is where they really kick in. So I steer around some of them, and I'm going to deliberately crash in some others. Now what happened there, I went into the red on the corner, and that was the corner crashing because I was too involved in looking at the obstacles to take care with the corner steering. So here we go, we do a deliberate crash here, bang. And that's what a crash looks like. It holds you up for a couple of seconds. You're stationary so people can ride through. You're transparent. Not quite sure why I crashed again, but I did. We'll do some more crashes just to show you what it's like. Somebody else crashing on that particular one. We'll go into that as well. And off we go on the side of the road. Slight delay. And this race is set to medium, so the delays won't be too long. You can set different levels which determine how long the crashes hold you up. We steered successfully around that one, just following the line. Pull the steering out a bit to the right to avoid that one, go to the left to avoid this one. But then we've got a tight bend. Will we get around it? Oh, nearly in the red. Just managed to stay out of the red, but there's another tight one coming up straight away. Just staying out of the red, but then some obstacles to negotiate. Stay to the right, steer to the left to get around this one maybe. No, went around the right on the outside, but straight away a bend, and the speedometer nearly in the red again, so had to take care going around this corner. There's a nice bit of straight, so you can put your foot down. The red disappears off the speedometer, and this is time to put your foot down. Speeding up now to 40 kph from about 30 on those bends. Now the steering only takes you from side to side across the road. It doesn't, for example, when we come into this bend, it'll be steered automatically and straight into the red. Didn't gauge that one well at all and come off at the corners. Remember, you won't come off on corners in the actual race. You will come off if you crash into the obstacles though. Not too many obstacles, and this is your first chance to have a little go on the brake, on the steering. You can use the braking as well if you want. But we are now this sweeping bend. I'm comfortably below the red zone, and we've only got 200 metres left. 0.2 of a kilometre. You can see the finishing line just coming up, and that is one lap. You'll be doing 4 on the day, so look out for those obstacles. It's going to be great fun. You're safe on the corners for this one, but not on the obstacles, so get used to that steering, and we'll see you race VEER2 coming up soon on Cade Sport with West London VR.